Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Now, as some of you may know, I have been a long time user of the Sophia Tremolos 292 Global Tuner Pro Tremolo system, which is this guy. And it used to sit in my Charvel San Dimas guitar, which is this one. So, I was talking to the guys over at Sophia Tremolos, and they told me that they have actually made some upgrades or upgraded parts for this already great tremolo system. And they were nice enough to send me these parts so that I can make this video showing you what the parts are and how to install them if you already have one of these great tremolo systems. So, let's get on with that. Alright, so the first part we're going to look at is the micro tuner itself, which is this part of the tremolo system. And I have already installed the upgrade in this one. It's supposed to sit here like this, like the other ones. So, what is the replaced part? Well, it's actually the inside of the micro tuner, which is this part right here. Goes in like that. So what are the differences between the old one and the new one? Well, I can tell that this is running a lot smoother than the old one, and it even feels more sturdy than the old one, which is probably going to make it stay in tune even better than the old one did. Second of all, they made the hole in which you string the guitar bigger, and that will make stringing the guitar much easier. Now, in order to swap this one out, the new one for the old one, you need to take the micro tuner off the system. And that is done by inserting a 2mm hex wrench into this little hole. And then you can just unscrew it like this, take it off. Be careful that this little screw doesn't disappear. And then you need to knock out this little pin. So I put the micro tuner into a vise. I have put some cloth around to not damage it. And now with this little tool, I'm going to knock out this little locking pin right here, very gently. There it is. Careful not dropping it. And with that out, I can remove the inside of the micro tuner like this. And just take the new part, slide it back in. Oh, you need to turn this locking screw all the way down, otherwise it cannot travel inside the micro tuner. You slide it in, you take the little locking pin and you put it back in. That's it, it's installed. So the next upgraded part has to do with the guitar itself, more specifically the riser posts on which the entire tremolo system is resting when it is installed in the guitar. Now, these riser posts are installed in these threaded holes down the guitar, so that if you turn them, you can move them up and down and set them to your desired heights. Once you have found that height, what Sophia Tremolos did was they installed this locking pin inside the riser post. And you can access that with a 1.5mm hex screw that you put into this hole at the top. And it grabs that pin down there and you can move it, as you can probably tell, like that. So, when you have found the correct height for your riser pins, you will take your hex screw, put it in the hole, and then you will tighten that screw down, and it's going to press down into the guitar. However, the guitar is made of wood, so this little locking pin will just be squeezing into the wood, and that's not the best solution. So what the guys at Sophia Tremolos did was come up with this little part. It's called a locking insert screw, and the idea is that you screw it into the threaded hole on the guitar by putting it on a 3mm hex key like this, very carefully, screwing it into the hole like this. And then you screw it all the way to the bottom. Now once that is done, you can insert your riser like this. Just screw it into this threaded hole. Find the correct height for it, and using your 1.5mm hex key, you just put that in there and you turn it until you can feel that it locks onto the bottom. But instead of going into the wood, now it is touching that metal part that you just put in there, and it will lock the riser at exact height. Now just to show you the difference, this one has been locked down. It is very firm in there. This one is not, and it has just a little wiggle to it because it's just sitting there in the threaded hole. Next up are the contact pins or stabilizer pins, which are these guys sitting here. Now I've already replaced one of them, so that's why they don't look the same. The idea behind this is that when the tremolo system is sitting in the guitar in the 0 position, this part, this contact pin, is just touching the guitar body and making sure that everything is stable and increasing the sustain a lot. So the difference between the new and the old contact pins are that the new ones are fixed length as to the old ones, which were adjustable. Now in order to replace those, you need to remove this part which is holding the contact pins, and you do that by unscrewing this global tuner wheel like this, and then you can just slide this out. So here are the contact pins, and this is the new one, and this over here is the old one. And what you do is you take a wrench and then you carefully unscrew this. And this is spring loaded, so you need to be careful that it doesn't just fly off in all directions. There we go. It's the old spring and the old contact pin. This is a new one. Put that in, and I'm going to put on another kind of spring. You can vary the tension of these by switching out these springs that comes with the contact pins. So the final thing to do is to screw this one back on. Once again, mind you that this is spring loaded, so you need to, it needs to grip like that. And you just tighten it up. Alright, there we go. And finally you put this piece back on the tremolo system like this, and you lock it down with the thumb wheel like this, and the new stabilizer pins or contact pins have been installed. Now the final part to replace on this tremolo system is the drop tuner. And in order to get the old one off, you need a small flat-headed screwdriver, and you just unscrew this pin. This one has been screwed in and not knocked in like the other locking pins. Now once the drop tuner has been removed from the micro tuner, all you need to do is remove this or unscrew this thumb screw and install that on the new drop tuner like this, and you're ready to mount it back on the micro tuner itself. So all of the micro tuners have been upgraded and installed on the base plate, and now it's time to put this baby back in the guitar. Alright, the tremolo system has been put back in the guitar, everything has been tuned up and intonated. The final thing I want to show you is on the back of the guitar or the tremolo system itself, the before mentioned thumb wheel, which is used to adjust the contact pins to actually make contact with the body of the guitar itself. So once you set that up, you tighten down this little screw, and everything is locked down in position and the guitar is ready to go. Alright, thank you so much for watching my video on the upgraded parts of this Sophia 292 tremolo system. It was new micro tuners, it was the locking insert screws for the riser pins, and it was the contact pins, which now have a fixed length. All of which I'm sure is going to make this already great tremolo system even better. There was also the drop tuner, however, I am not really using that because it requires the guitar to be set up in a very specific way, and that's just not something that I like. So, thanks a lot for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and I will be back soon with more guitar videos. Until then, stay cool.